Yo, what the f? I'm not actually gonna include it in that, so. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been lazy. School's been eating me out, so I think we're gonna. I think I can cut it. I can cut it. All right, all right. All right, what is up, guys? It's been a while. I've been lazy. School's been eating me out. School's been doing a bunch of dirty things with my little body. All right, but we're here and we're gonna answer a few questions. I think I have like 50 or 60 in total. A lot of them are gonna repeat what I've already said. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing myself. So I'm gonna point up and like put a bunch of overlays on top. I probably just put an image up there, right there. Up there, right there, right there. Where'd they go? Okay, we're just gonna scroll down. I have like a little Google Doc with every single question screenshotted. It doesn't seem to be loading right now. Okay, little transition. My MacBook was just blowing a load all over itself. So we're gonna start with the first question. How important is insulin sensitivity for actually cutting body fat instead of muscle mass? Do you think you could have done anything better to improve your cutting experience? And did you take the micronutrient density of all your proteins when choose your source of proteins? All right, we'll answer the first one. I have no idea about insulin sensitivity. It's something that I want to learn just because I heard it can be helpful. But personally, from people that I've talked to, it seems to be more of like an advanced thing that a lot of bigger lifters worry about. And so I'm not really worried about it. Okay. Do you think you could have done anything better to improve your cutting experience? Yes, I could have fine-tuned my diet for a longer period of time. So I posted 3 different cuts. I posted one from 3 years, one from 1.5 years, and then one from 6 or 5 months. I think that all of those, if I was to eat the micronutrient diet that I am now, that my experience would have been like 10 times better. The third one is kind of hard to understand what he's saying. Did you take the micronutrient density of all your proteins when chose your protein source? I don't even know what that means. I'm just going to skip it. The next question. Did you first try to reach certain strength goals before the cut? Yes, I did actually. So when I first started lifting, my entire purpose was to literally just get as big and strong as possible, which is why I was like fat, pale, had a shaved head, looked like an idiot, and had zero aesthetics whatsoever. And also never trained arms in my life or shoulders. I only just did squat, bench, and deadlift. You can call that a power lifter, but I mean, I didn't actually compete, so not really. And how did you know when was the right time to start the cut? Personally, I found out the hard way. I just was like fat for like 4 years. And I remember I took a bunch of progress pictures, and over time, the more I looked at them, I just kind of realized I was not changing at all. And I had a lot more people tell me that I was fat. So obviously it was time to cut. All right, here's another question. Are you only focusing on calories, or did you do a carb cycle too? So carb cycling is also another thing that I want to start learning about. I personally don't know enough on it to really answer this guy's question. But as far as focusing only on calories, no. I was focused on macronutrients, micronutrients, water intake, sleep, training intensity, training volume, hydration, electrolytes. I mean, that's like the same thing. And as well as calories, too. Also protein synthesis, basically just my eating window. Like I'm eating a meal every 2 to 4 hours to give myself like an optimum state of building muscle. I'm also worried about doing fasted cardio. I'm worried about getting activity outside the gym in. I'm also worried about taking rest days, which is something that I personally struggle with. I rarely ever take a rest day. And I do like a 3-on split, so it's terrible for me. Here's one of the questions from one of the guys. How would you do it if you were vegetarian? I wouldn't. I literally would never go vegan in my entire life. I could never see myself doing that. And this would be incredibly difficult if you were vegan. Because I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I have no idea how to answer that question, so I apologize. But I just wanted to include it in here just in case. I've had 5 people or 6 people tell me that they were vegan and ask me if I was vegan. I'm not vegan. I love meat. All over me. Unironically, how are we supposed to deal with all the farting and unloading? Can't be going to work / school if it takes longer than 4 to 5 hours. Whatever. The best way to deal with it is to just let it all out, man. Just let it out. Let them rip. You know, I mean, you can't really control that, how your digestion's working. You may be having issues with digestion. You could probably take some digestive enzymes, or you could worry about your eating window. Try to fix that up, and maybe that can help. Just reduce some bloating and reduce some gassiness. So, whatever. How did you get back on track after a setback with eating, and how did you maintain muscle mass / gain it? Okay, so after a setback or like a cheat day or a refeed day, the best way to get back is to literally just, it's gonna sound stupid, is to go back to normal. You don't want to like earn your food. That whole thought process of like, oh my god, like I had a crumble cookie, or I had like a brownie, or I had a slice of pizza or a donut, and now I need to go on the treadmill for 25 minutes and burn the calories off and basically equilibrium, whatever. That's not how that works. The calories are somehow different. I don't really know how that works, but it's just not the same thing. I talk to people about that because I used to struggle with that idea. So the normal thing is too late. You've already eaten it. The best thing you can do is just to go back to normal, which will be like keep your calories how they were before, keep your cardio the same, train the same, just almost pretend as if you never ate it. And obviously, if you do like a bunch of cheat days, you'll see a difference, maybe in a negative way. And then if you just had like a little snack, you probably won't even notice. It's almost negligible. And then the second question in this one thing was, how did you maintain muscle mass / gain it? All right, so this is a super loaded question, so it's going to be kind of a long answer. I'm going to try to answer this as simple as possible because I want to save detail for the later questions. All right, my phone battery was messing up. All right, so for me to maintain the muscle mass, I had to keep protein high. I had to drop my calories very, very, very slowly on the cut. So whenever I first started my cut, I think I was at 3,500 calories or 3,700 calories. Something way too high for me. And this was my most recent bulk. So I don't remember any information food-wise or nutrition-wise from either one of those transformations before that. So I apologize if anybody wonders about that. So yeah, I was at like 3,700 calories, 3,800 calories. My macronutrients were probably like around 220 protein, 300 something carb, and like 90 or 100 fat. So pretty terrible, to be quite honest. The macros sound fine, but the micronutrients were just gone. I was eating terrible stuff, like absolutely horrible food. But yeah, so the whole goal to cut for me was to slowly drop my calories. So I dropped by 200 in the beginning of this cut. And you would drop by 200. You have to actually know what you're eating. You have to track your food, weigh it out, do all that. You drop it by 200. You lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And then once you plateau, you do the same thing. You just keep on taking steps downstairs. You just 200 down, 200 down, 200 down. And then eventually, you'll have to start making smaller jumps because your body will notice a bigger difference in those 200 calorie jumps. So like I had to do 100 calorie jumps once I reached like 2,800, 2,700 calories. And also the jumps take longer. Like you don't want to just lose 9 pounds in a week and then drop it and lose 9 more. Like you're losing muscle and losing water and losing, obviously fat as well, but you want to somehow keep all your muscle. If you just starve yourself or drop your calories too low too quickly, your body could crash, your metabolism could just shut down real slow. I mean, you're gonna lose weight. I mean, don't get me wrong, you will lose weight. If your calories are low enough, you'll lose weight no matter what. But you will feel like horrible. You'll feel terrible. So it's not ever worth it. You need to track your stuff. You need to weigh it out. I love preaching that. And then his second part was gaining it. The exact opposite. Like literally do everything I just said but backwards. So like if you get done cutting and you're eating like super duper low, the worst thing you can do is just bump your calories super high up because you're going to gain an absurd amount of fat and ruin your body dysmorphia and whatnot. There's no point in eating a high excess of calories because you'll just get fat and you don't need to. You don't need to increase your calories that drastically. If you don't know what you're eating right now and then you want to start a bulk because you're like, you're lean and you're small and you have a very small frame and you're just starting out and you're like, man, I really want to bulk. So first, what you got to do is you got to track your calories. And you got to find out what you're eating to maintain your weight. Or if you eat a certain amount and you start to lose weight, then obviously increase it. And if you eat a certain amount and you gain weight super fast, then you obviously back down a little bit. Now, how do you find this number? Like this number that I'm talking about, like your maintenance calories, how do you find that? That's called your maintenance calories, and the best way to find it is using a TDEE calculator and then messing around with it personally. So you can look up TDEE calculator online. There's like a bunch of different links. They're all free. You input your height, weight, age, and activity level, and then you can also, some of them you can like put your body fat in. But people are so bad about body fats. Like some people think they're super lean or super fat and they aren't or whatever, vice versa. I just wouldn't bother with the body fat. And it's going to spit out some number. Try to be very humble with your activity level. Like don't overestimate because you go to the gym for 2 hours a day and do 15 minutes of cardio. Don't put that your activity is extremely intense like a carpenter working outside on roofs or something like that. It was one of the examples or something like that. A roofer. I don't really know. I don't really even care. But anyways, don't overshoot your activity level because that will only do you more harm than good. Anyways, it'll spit out some number. What you're going to do is you're going to eat at that number. You're going to eat at that number. And if you lose weight, then that number is obviously not the right amount of calories for you to maintain. And if you gain weight, then that number is too many calories. So you just lower it until you find a number where you kind of just sit casually at. And then there's your maintenance. That's what your maintenance is with the amount of cardio you're doing, with the amount of sleep you're getting, the amount of food you're eating, your training volume, all of that. That's what your maintenance calories is. So then for cutting or bulking, you just eat less than that or you eat more than that. And obviously keep your protein high. It sounds super basic. It sounds like old school bodybuilding information, but it really is good. Keep your protein high. Don't be scared of carbs. People are scared of that. With the whole carb cycling thing, that's a different story of how carbs, you jump them up high for a couple of days or one day and you lower them the next, whatever. I'm not really going to get into that because I don't really know enough about it. So I don't want to, say something wrong. But enough with that. Okay, what was a staple food for you during your cut? A staple food for me during my cut, I would have to give it to, there's like a top 5 because my diet is not very wide, really. I kind of eat the same things every single day. But, man, a food that I just like really, really loved and like kept me satiated, has pretty good vitamins and micronutrients, was ground turkey. I got 97.3 ground turkey from like Kroger or Aldi's, Walmart, anywhere. I could just find it. It tastes great. I didn't have to season very much of it. Easy to cook. I would eat like 16 ounces every single day or a pound a day. Also, weigh your meat after you cook it. Don't weigh your meat before you cook it. I made the mistake of doing that, and like I was under eating and under tracking all my calories by doing that. So don't do it. Weigh your meat after you cook it. But yeah, ground turkey was great. Tastes awesome. Amazing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. What did you do to grow your bench? So he's referencing not me right now because I do not bench a lot right now. I can probably only hit like maybe if I carved up and like refed because I'm on a deep cut right now. I'm like 5 months into a cut, which is obviously not ever always recommended. But yeah, if I was to want to grow my bench, I would train with a lower amount of volume and a lot heavier of weight and better intensity. Focus on getting your form down right, getting your cues down right. Make sure you're implementing leg drive. Make sure that you have a good bench setup. And also make sure you're consuming lots of carbs for energy. Personally, for me to grow my bench the most, it's going to sound stupid, but I had to be fat. Every time I ever got fat or was starting to gain a significant amount of body weight, my bench press shot up exponentially. Like I think I hit 405 for 5 reps whenever I was peak bulk. That was around 245 pounds body weight. But I mean, my form was horrible. I was wearing like wrist wraps not even on properly. I had elbow wraps on. I was wearing a belt and I was like thrust and everything like that. It was just horrible. But yeah, I mean, like he was just asking just because, just one of those things that I did that was somewhat impressive. So, but yeah, I don't have a program for bench. I just kind of did it. I've kind of always been good at bench press. Yeah, somewhat. I think I hit 315 when I was 15. I hit 405, like 2 months into turning 17, and then I hit 455. I probably could have done more than 455. I probably could have done like 465 when I was 19. And I'm still 19, so I definitely won't. I don't know when I'll ever hit 500. Hopefully I can hit 500 when I'm 20 or something. That'd be cool. But I don't even care about bench anymore. I only care about having giant arms and a small waist and being lean. What are your go-to foods on the cut? I've kind of already answered that, but I'm gonna like go in more detail. How often do you go to the gym, and for how long, and how much sleep should I be getting? Okay, we're gonna go with the first one. So what are the foods for the cut? All right, so I do kiwis, eggs, ground turkey, yogurt, bananas, carrots, protein shakes, protein bars, fat-free shredded cheese, low fat milk or no fat milk, which is basically just like super processed water at that point. Grapes are awesome. Granola for your yogurt. That's also good. I think that'd be it. I think that's everything. And water, obviously. But yeah, those foods are amazing. They all have like lots of vitamins, nutrients. They're healthy. They're not super expensive at the store if you know how to shop. And they make me feel amazing. My energy is wonderful for how many calories I'm getting, which is not very many. I'm getting 2,300 calories right now. I think I've answered people before and told like 25, but I just dropped my calories like 2 days ago because I want to get more cut. How often do you go to the gym and for how long? So I do a 3-day split. Super basic. I don't train legs. So kill me if you want, but I think my legs are fine. I did like 640 on squat at 16 years old, so I'm kind of retired doing legs. I got bored. I didn't like training them. I never have and never will. Yeah, I don't know. And then my 3-day split is arms, chest, shoulder, and back. And that's it. I just hit all 3, and I'm supposed to rest after that one. But I usually never rest because I'm just, like I said, lazy, and I have to go work out. And for how long? When I first was bulked up, my glycogen stores and everything like that and energy were way, way higher. So I could work out for like 2 hours just with the weights. And now it's down to like 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'm about toast after that. How much sleep should I be getting? I'm just going to recommend the normal amount, 8 hours. 8 hours every single day is wonderful. You feel great. Hormones are in check. Everything's great. Sleep is so good, and people don't ever talk about it. Super underrated for anything. Bulking, cutting, maintaining, being healthy, living longer, not getting into car accidents, not having super handsome men punch you in the face. Did genetics have an impact on your fat loss? Genetics play a role in everything. Genetics matter insanely. If you have a wide waist, you're probably never going to look aesthetic. It's going to be, or I mean, I won't say that. You can obviously like turn to your side and look aesthetic. If you have super narrow clavicles, you're just not going to be ever called broad in your entire life. It's just like that. If you have super short insertions, like I do, I have a short bicep insert. I will never fill muscle in this gap. That's what that means. I will never be able to get muscle in this gap, which sucks, but it is what it is. You have to deal with that. Yeah, don't let your genetics just like completely ruin you, but you can definitely have a couple excuses if you have pretty trash genetics. And then also there's obviously like muscle building genetics and bone density genetics and all that. Like those are a lot further down the line. And those are also way more noticeable. Like if you were as a kid just absolutely jacked without training, then you probably have amazing muscle building genetics. Another question: what do you do when you plateau on the scale or in the mirror? This is more of like a mental thing. Somewhat with the scale, it's more of like you have to worry about what you're doing. If it's on a scale, check everything. Check your water intake, check your sleep, check your hydration, check your food, check your calories, check your training, check your sleep. I think I already said that. Just check everything. Like you have to make sure that everything is in line and in equilibrium. And if one of those is out of whack, well then you can probably assume that's what's causing your scale to just plateau. But if everything is in check and the scale is still sticking, give it a week. Give it 1 week. And then if 1 week does nothing, you either drop calories or increase calories, depending on what your goal is. That's it. And then how do you get past the plateau in the mirror? That is all mental. There's no answer I could give that's going to help anybody because all that is different. You could love training and you could like see yourself in the mirror and be like, oh my God, like I look awesome. Or you could hate training and hate working out and hate dieting. And when you look in the mirror, you're just like, I hate myself. Like, I'll never look like this person. I'll never look like that person. I'll never look good. I'll never be lean. I'll never be big. I'll never be strong or whatever. It all just depends on your mindset and outlook on training and life in general. The best recommendation I could have for that, though, is to just keep on going. You'll always just do better in the future than you will in the past. Just because you always had more knowledge, and it's like a snowball effect. You can't lose what you got now, knowledge-wise. Unless you, like, get struck by lightning or hit by a car or turn into a vegetable. You probably could then, but whatever. Best tasting food that's cheap, easy, and healthy. How to figure out snacking. I'm assuming by him asking how to figure out snacking, that's what he's asking for in the first question. Is a really healthy snack he can just buy and just start munching on. Grapes. Green grapes. Freaking busting all over me. I go to Aldi's, I buy 2 bags. They're like $1 something per bag, like $2 maybe. An entire bag can last you 2 days. If you're like a snacking, like snackaholic, like you just need snacks. Grapes are awesome. They taste so freaking good. I pluck them all, put them into like a little popcorn bowl, put them in my fridge, and then let them be nice and cold. And then when I'm about to eat them, I put them in my freezer for like 20 minutes, take them out, boom. Like it's one of the most refreshing, delicious snacks of all time. And they're super healthy. And if you're worried about the sugar in fruits is different from the sugar in processed stuff. Surprisingly. But I can also try to answer his question, how to figure out snacking. You literally just have to make sure that you are not being too aggressive with your cut. You do not want to be too aggressive to where you're like freaking starving. I don't know what that word was, freaking. You want to be as hungry enough to... You want to be able to like get in bed and be like, oh yeah, I'm a little hungry. I could eat something. But you don't want to get into bed and be like, oh my God, like where is the food? You want to be able to like hold yourself back, which also takes more mental strength. Okay, I had to cut because my nose was just bugging me and I kept scratching it on video. What do you do when you feel like giving up? What motivates you the most to keep going? So, what do I do when I feel like giving up? I keep going because I'm not a baby. Just kidding, that mindset is pretty bad for some people that are sensitive. So, whatever. What motivates you to keep going? Being absolutely jacked and wearing Calvin Klein underwears, being tan on the beach, shredded with like 20-inch arms, hitting a front double bicep, and like 100 supermodels crawling out of the waters and like making out with my arms, and then like also Steve Jobs and Bill Gates roll by and they give me like $100 trillion, and I fly off in the helicopter into the sunset and blow up and die. Did you ever hit a plateau, and how did you overcome it? How much faster are you? Was your diet simple or you had a lot of variety? Did you track calories, and if so, how much daily? How much cardio? Did you have cheat meals? Was the cut worth the suffering? My bad for the overload of questions. You're totally fine. I had a lot of people asking more than 1 or 3 questions. Did I ever hit a plateau? How did you overcome it? Yes. Yes, I hit a plateau. I've hit plenty of plateaus. How do I overcome it? I do what I did earlier. I make sure everything's in line. Usually something was out of whack, like water or sleep, most of the time. And then I would just fix and get them back to equilibrium. And then I would just kind of continue on. Either drop my calories or increase my calories after I find out what the issue was. How much faster am I? Way faster. Way faster. So before I got fat, I think my 40-yard dash was like I think I got down to like a 4.9 or something like that. Like, I'm just not that fast. I'm pretty slow, man. But after I bulked up, I remember I came back for football one time. This was when I was like 16, so I wasn't even like fully bulked up like I was before. My 40 was like a 5.5 or something, like a 5.4. Like, it went down like an entire half a second, and oh my gosh, like, that was the biggest mental thing in the world, seeing that. But yeah, I'm much faster. I can jump higher. I'm whatever. I mean, obviously, the lighter you are, the easier everything else is going to be as far as it comes to like functionality. Was your diet simple, or did you have a lot of variety? Both. I mean, my diet is simple, but it has a lot of variety. Like, I'm getting a lot of fruits. I'm getting a lot of no vegetables, actually. Wait, carrot? Yeah. I am getting fruits and vegetables and meat and dairy, all that, grains. I'm also hitting all my micronutrient goals and macronutrient goals. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of both of them. Did you track calories, and if so, how much daily? Yes, I track calories. I just started doing it about 2-3 months ago. I guess now 3 months ago. And wow. If you're not tracking calories, you are literally just missing out gains. You have like a bunch of gains on the table, and you're just sitting there like, I don't even want them. I don't even want the gains. I just want to be small and little my whole life. You can actually get big without tracking your calories, because I did. I got big, fat, but I got big without tracking my calories. But like, I just recommend it. Just go to Walmart. Do it, dude. Do it. Please go to Walmart. Buy a food scale. Start using an app. I use Macros First. Looks like that. It's free. It has a barcode scanner. And yeah, just track your calories, please. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. So awesome. How much did your strength go down during the cut? A lot. Like a whole lot. I'm answering and referring to my bulk 5 months ago. So when I look like this. Yeah, so that was, I was benching like over 450. I was not squatting. I was not deadlifting. I could shoulder press dumbbells like hundreds for over 10 or like 10 reps. I could curl the 70s. I could lat raise the 55. I could lat raise like the 55s with like pretty bad form. I could tricep push down full stack easy. I could do lat pull down with the full stack. So yeah, I mean, I was like full stacking, throwing everything around, but I was fat, so it didn't even matter. And now my strength is like lat raises. I do like the 30s for clean form, and then like if I'm just trying to chunk them around, do like the 45s and the 40s. And then also bench press. I haven't benched in so long. I probably could hit 365 maybe for a good single. And then my 365, by the way, if you didn't hear me. Lat pull down, I still somewhat touch the full stack sometimes. Very bad form, but I like still try to go for it just because the ego feels good. Shoulder press, don't even dumbbell shoulder press because it's so weak now. I could probably do like 75s or 80s for a couple good sets, but like I don't even want to do that because my ego would be crushed. Curls, I can still curl at the 55s or 60s if I really try. So curling strength has not really gone down. My arms have always kind of been the same strength for a very long time, but they grow. I don't really know. I guess my form gets cleaner over time. I don't know. Do you have any loose skin? Yes, I have loose skin. Yes, I have loose skin. Yeah, I do. It's very unnoticeable though, but I have it. It's kind of hard to see on my videos, but I have loose skin. I have some on my gut, but I'm not getting naked, guys. Come on, chill. How long did you cut for? There was 3 different cuts I posted online, so I don't know which one he's referring to. There was the cut of me when I was skinny and pale and fat. Well, like this, that was 3 years ago, over that, so like a long time ago. Really not even a cut, just a transformation. And then there was this one, that's 1.5 years ago. 4 months after that video, I was like 190 something pounds. And then like I bulked back up, got fat again, and then cut. And then the most recent bulk was this one. And I was, that was 5 months ago. That was like April 9th is when I started the cut. So how big was your calorie deficit? I don't know. I mean, for the last bulk, I guess I started out 3,800. It wasn't really a deficit, like I slowly dropped my calories. I didn't just drop them all at once, and I did it by 200 increments of 200, and then once I hit like 2,800, I started in increments of 100. So yeah, pretty cool. How was your experience being Gaston in the School Music? Wow, what a throwback of a question. It was fun. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, got to meet a lot of new faces, and it was it was fun. I enjoyed that. All right, back workout, ab workouts, and how'd you maintain so much muscle? Okay, as far as it goes with back workout, I've had a lot of people ask me about that. It is purely genetic. I don't know what to say. Like, my back's always been big. I've always had all those muscles everywhere. Like, I had some guy ask me like the most like scientific term of my back muscle that like I didn't even know existed, and he was like, "Bro, how'd you get that so big?" And like, no idea, dude. It's just genetic. I have no idea. It just like whenever I do back, everything just gets pumped up, and like I can't move my back, and it feels great. My back gets blown out. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I can still give you the workout though. I do wide grip lat pull downs. The variation on which grip you use, the mag grip or the bar or whatever. Do all those. I don't care. And then I do pullovers. You can do the same thing. You can do pullovers with the rope, pullovers with the cable, pullovers with the handles, pullover with bar, pullovers with V-bar, whatever. And then I also do a Yates row on a Smith machine or any kind of Smith machine row. Those are really good. And now I'm starting to train traps a little bit more. So I just grab a dumbbell and like go up in front of my face. That trains a lot of my trap as well as my shoulder. So cool. And then obviously like rear delt, face pulls with a rope. I do a lot of those. What an awesome motion right there too. Might as well just have my mouth open. And then ab workouts. I do not train abs. I did for 4 days, and then saw TikTok and he was like, "Don't ever train your abs because your waist can get wide." So I haven't touched them. So yeah, I just have really good ab insertions. I have decent ab insertions. How do you get more active and productive during your days of workout? When I work out, I feel like I just want to be in the bed for the rest of the day. Would the better alternative be more active my days of workouts? Okay, so how do you get more active? You wake up early and you get your steps in daily. You download an app on your phone, like any kind of step app. Any of them work. They're all the same. They all just like track your phone movement in your pocket or your hand. Get 10,000 steps every single day. If you can't do that because you're too busy, find a way to get some more activity in there. Bike, swim, jump, whatever. Make sure it's low intensity though, because low intensity cardio is way better for preserving muscle than high intensity cardio. Make sure your heart rate is below 150 beats per minute when you're doing your low intensity cardio, because if it goes above that, then you're not doing low intensity cardio. And then when I work out, I feel like I'm just be in the bed for the rest of the day. That's just mental. I really don't know how to help you. That's just laziness. I mean, I had really bad laziness and whatever. Just gotta get out of bed, man. Don't know what to say. There's not like a thing you can do where you're just like, oh my gosh, like I want to be out of bed now for the entire day. Unless you have like friends inviting you over and stuff like that, like, you know, going to a concert, going to watch a movie, going out to eat with your family, it's a birthday party, like that, you know, you get out of bed for that. But anything else, you just want to sit in bed all day. Kid named Finger. Best cardio for weight loss, exact routine, and time to do it. Okay, so you should be doing fasted cardio if you want to cut. Be doing fasted cardio. I know there's videos by TNF about not to do fasted cardio, or that it's not to not do it, but that it's useless in a sense. I disagree. I think you should do fasted cardio. Everybody that I know preaches fasted cardio, so like it has to be true, right? Yeah, totally. But yeah, do fasted cardio. Now, the exact routine and time to do it, I really don't have like a ballpoint answer for that. I could say that doing the 10,000 steps, that's just activity in general. That's also great. But then as far as it goes like a cardio routine, I do 30 minutes of low intensity Stairmaster every single day I work out. I don't like take a rest day and then still go to the gym and hit cardio. I rest on my cardio as well. Because I need so much rest. And yeah, I do like level, I don't know, it's like 40 steps a minute or 50 steps a minute, something super slow. But trust me, after 20 minutes, you're going to be sweating and you won't even realize it. How long it realistically takes to get your goals and see progress. It all depends on how fast and how locked in you are. If you like just kind of mess around and eat whatever and train however, it's probably gonna take a long time. But if you lock everything in, you'll see progress by the week for sure. Best diet and foods to be eating on a calorie deficit. Micronutrient dense foods as well, that foods that can hit your macronutrients very well, and then also ones that are cheap and easy to make. That's the best foods. I'm gonna give recommendations real quick. I do kiwis, I do bananas, carrots, I do raw organic honey. I do like eggs. Eggs. I eat them. I don't eat egg whites. I do normal eggs with the yolk. Ground turkey, ground beef, wild caught sockeye tuna or whatever fish, the super nutrient dense one. Parmigiano Reggiano, the super nutrient dense cheese, fat free shredded cheese. Greek yogurt, that's a good one. Protein shakes, protein bars. Uncle Ben's 90-second rice. That one is clutch because that is just delicious rice. Probably not very nutrient dense, but it's super easy to make. Just throw it in the microwave. Boom. Easy food. Bro, did you do cardio every day? Every day that I worked out. How aggressive was your cut? Not very aggressive. It's been about 5 months. Did you have to lower your volume during your cut to keep strength, etc.? Used to do 13 sets per week, and now I'm doing 10 during the cut. Yes, I did. I did have to do this. I did this very recently too. I did this about a couple weeks ago. I noticed that my workouts were going flat after like an hour. And so I was like, crap, well, I'm just going to cut them in half. I'm just going to cut my workout time in half. So my total sets for a workout on average would be around, I'd probably say I used to be 20, which is a lot, which is a whole lot of sets. There's no reason to be doing that many sets if you're actually training really hard. So I was like, all right, I'm going to increase my intensity. So I increased my intensity. Well, hold on. I can barely work out now after like 15 sets with my intensity being high. So I just lowered my sets. Like intensity is the most important thing by far when it comes to training. Don't worry about the number, like 4x12, 4x9, 70%, RPE, mesocycle B, mesocycle. Like just forget about that. If you train really, really, really hard, like you will, you'll know it. You'll know when you need to stop. How long did it take? I have no idea what they're mentioning. They could be mentioning all three of the different cuts, and I've already answered every single one of those. What method did you use, just counting calories in, calories out, or something else? So I've already answered that as well. So I track my calories. I also track hydration, micronutrients, macronutrients, sleep, hydration. I already said that. Training volume, training intensity, training split. Posing, lighting, angles, camera, action. No. Toughest part of the whole journey. Looking back on the fact that I could have done this way faster and way better if I had just done a little bit of research or discovered Sills on TikTok. Shout out. Even though this video is going to get like 100 views. Okay, since I'm fat, I think that I want answers to my questions. You are totally entitled to that. What has that made you motivated? Because I start the gym and stop after a month or something. Can you talk a little about your diet if you don't mind? It's kind of hard for me to answer like what's motivating me. Nothing's motivating me. This is just schedule. It's routine. I've been doing this for like 5 years. 4.5 years. If you want the actual specific answer, I'm just rounding up because it sounds cooler. Phone is officially out of storage, so we're going to speed this up super fast. But yeah, I trained for like 4.5 years, something like that. Motivation, really hard for me to answer. And I've already talked about my diet. How did you manage to be full in the cut? You go slow, you don't go fast. If at the beginning of the bulk you were used to eating more, you just gotta go slow, don't go fast. Make sure you drop your calories low, or slow, sorry. Because you don't want to be too hungry and make it too difficult on yourself. Something that you can maintain, something that's easy for you. What types of exercises do you do to maintain consistency? I never maintained some. I always change them up. Change them up. How long until you know you need to change them? Just depends. Are you bored of doing bicep curls every single bicep workout? Then change them up. Do something else. Do a spider curl. Do a cable curl. Do a rope curl. Whatever. In your opinion, what is the hardest part of doing this? Hardest part is definitely looking back and realizing I could have done better and made better progress. And now I'm 19, wishing I was doing all this dieting and stuff when I was 14 or 13 or 12 or 10, whatever. What age did I start at? I started training in general at like 13 with our football team in middle school. But what age did I start working out? 15. 15, I got weights in my gym at my garage, and I started working out. And then I transferred to a gym when I was 16. And what height? I started out when I was 14, like 5'7", maybe 5'7", I guess. And then now 19, I'm 5'11", so not very tall. What supplements did you take? I take protein powder, creatine, and pre-workout. I've never ever taken anything else than that. There's no reason to. I mean, those are all amazing. How many times did I do a bulk cut? Two times. This is my second cut ever. And what body fat percentage do I think I'm at? I think I am right now around 14% body fat. So not lean. I mean lean, but not like shredded. I want to be shredded. How long did it take for you to notice changes? Depends on how locked in you are. This past 2 months, I've been locked in, or 3 months with my dieting. I've noticed changes every single week. I'm looking better. Do you take any other supplements? I've already answered that. Thoughts on the new Minecraft trailer? It looks trash. It looks horrible because they're throwing in a bunch of actors that I don't even think are going to do a good job, and I feel like they're just forced to be there for any kind of reason. How did you determine your calories? A TDE calculator online. They're free. Go check it out. How clean or dirty have you eaten on your fitness journey? Both. I've eaten so dirty, and then I've eaten super clean. So, best of both worlds. I enjoy eating dirty 10 times more because all the food tastes so good. But eating clean helps me out. It just makes me feel way better. What form and frequency of cardio did you do? Low intensity Stairmaster for like 30 minutes every single day that I train. What style of training do you employ? Powerlifting, power building, or bodybuilding? Right now, bodybuilding. Before, power building. And when I first started, powerlifting. Boom. How to make macro distribution. This is all dependent upon how you feel. You have to fine tune it yourself. I enjoy high protein, medium carbs, and low fats. That's what I've found to enjoy. And when I'm bulked up, I'm going to increase my carbs. Carbs for me, they make me feel like night and day. Like when I have high carbs, my workouts are better, sleep is better, training's better, muscle, and like everything is way better with carbs. But the protein itself matters more for me. But like, if that makes sense. How to trust the process. make sure you're seeing progress. If you don't see progress after like 5 months, then you're cooked, man. It's over. How to know when is the moment for a cut. When you lose striations, veins, abs, face kind of gets all puffy and fat, and if grandma's just ripping your cheeks, that's when you know. What was your cardio routine? I've already answered that. How high was your carb intake during your cut? So right now I'm getting around 210 grams of carbs every single day. So pretty decent for right now. Pretty decent. What was your set rep range during your cut? I don't know. I do not know. I only train to failure, which is kind of dumb, but I only train to failure. I just pick up a medium-ish weight. Like at the beginning of my workout, I start with a heavy weight that I can get to like 8 to 10 reps till I fail. And then slowly it'll get to like 12 to 15. And then at the very end, like I do a burnout set where I could probably get like 20 reps. I don't know. I just enjoy doing that for training. Did you train abs? No. How many calories a day were you intaking? On the bulk, 3,800. How many meals are you taking? Awesome. This is talking about protein synthesis. So right now I'm eating 5 or 6 meals every single day. Every single meal should have protein and hit your essential amino acids. This is what's going to put your body in the optimal state to where it's building muscle throughout the day. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. And it makes you feel way more satiated. But save a slightly larger meal for the end, for like nighttime, to where when you eat it, you're like, oh, I'm full. On your cut, where you feel amazing. How long did it take you? I've already answered, depending on which bulk or cut or whatever he's talking about. Taking the bulk slow instead of fast, and why you choose to bulk fast and put on fat, but in more detail. I don't mean to, personally. I just get fat because I love eating. Yeah, there's no reason besides I like being fat and I love eating. Like, gosh, I love eating. Oof. Once I give up bodybuilding, I'm gonna start doing like 2,000 calories of cardio every day, just where I can eat like a bunch of food, because I'm just gluttonous. I'm just a gluttonous person. I've already answered that one. How did you get your V-line so visible? It's purely genetic. And also the way I flex. I kind of like push my abs out a little bit, like protrude my gut, and it makes my V-line dig out a lot more. It looks really cool. Also, it's gonna sound a little bit weird. I pull my pants down a lot. Like I get pretty close to the money shot because it makes my torso look longer and it shows more cut whenever I'm posing. But it's almost like an Ethan Brad Castleberry, if anybody gets that reference. What type of lat workouts do you do? Wide grip lat pull down, Yates row, cable pullovers. That's about it. What was the macros for the cut? 240 protein, 250 protein, 200 carb to 210 carb, and around 60 to 80 grams of fat right now. How many times a week should you train while cutting? 5 days a week. Depending on how intense you are or whatever. 5. I wouldn't do any less or any more. But I do more, so. But I should be training 5. I get lazy. Are you planning on bulking again in the future or permanently maintaining? I would 100% not permanently maintain. I'm definitely planning on bulking in the future. But I'm just going to try to be clean this time. And I've said that the last 2 bulks and I got fat. So I just really hope this time I'm clean. Height and body weight. I'm 5'11" and 200 to 205 pounds right now. How long between peak bulk and current? We're going to answer based on the most recent bulk. It's been about 5 months. Core routine for bulkier lifters. You do not need to do a core routine, especially if you're a bulkier lifter. Your core is already going to be strong. What exercise do you do for each part of your body? That is literally going to take so long to answer, and I'm out of phone storage, so I'm sorry, man. I'm going to have to skip your question. How often do you eat cheat meals, bro? Probably once every week and a half to 2 weeks. I do cheat days. I don't do cheat meals because I love cheating. Do you take creatine? Yes, 10 grams every single day. How do you get rid of this loose skin? You cannot get rid of loose skin without surgery. Oof. Or you can build more muscle to fill its place in. So yeah, luckily I'm doing the building more muscle thing, and I also don't have that much loose skin. Any tips? Yeah, this video. Bro, diet and workout plan, please. Diet in this video, workout plan, also somewhat in this video. What was the caloric deficit? I've already answered. How exactly did you cut? I've already answered. I love you too, man. Can I have your split? Yes, I've already given it. But I'll say it again, just in case. Chest, shoulder, arms, chest, shoulder, back. That's it. Rest, repeat. Or just repeat if you're a freaky like me. Hi, bro. Congrats for your physique. Thank you so much. How much you weighed on the top of your bulk and how much you weigh now? I weighed 242, 245 peak bulk, and now I weigh 200 to 205. Do you do coaching or plans? I do not do coaching. I don't do coaching yet. I really want to do it because it'll help me make money. And obviously, people that are unmotivated and undisciplined, I can help them out and they will make progress and I will make money. And it'll be perfect. It'll be awesome. Mainly because I can help y'all. And people will get jacked. And like, if the whole world's jacked, the whole world's happy. How tall are you? 5'11". That is it. That's every single question I got answered. If you have any more, please comment in the comment section. It can be as specific as you want. Please don't make it really personal. Like, hey, I'm this old, this tall, this much weight, and I want to do this. How would I do it? Just try to ask. This video is thrown together super badly, but I really wanted to get it out because I kept telling people that I could post, or that I would be posting this video sometime soon. But unfortunately, I decided to wait a super long time. Let me get in some super ultra awesome lighting, and then do like that. My ankles pop or whatever. That is the ending of the video. I hope I answered all the questions perfectly. Freaking piece of acne. But yeah, if you have any more specific questions, feel free to ask and comment, please. And like this video and touch me and kiss me, hug me. Blah, 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 bye.